Big news in real estate today, from rising delinquencies in overvalued markets to Wall Street shifting jobs overseas. We're covering 5 stories that could reshape housing demand across the country. Let's dive in. First up, serious mortgage delinquencies are climbing in markets where home prices are starting to drop. CoreLogic data from early November shows that Florida is seeing some of the biggest increases. When home values fall, homeowners lose equity. That means less ability to tap into their homes for cash and higher costs relative to what the home is worth. And here's the thing, CoreLogic also found that 75% of the top housing markets in the US are still overvalued, even with prices softening. So if you're a buyer right now, approach with caution. Just because a price drops doesn't mean it's a deal. And if you're a homeowner in one of these markets, keep an eye on your equity position. We could see more distressed sales if prices keep sliding. Meanwhile, the Northeast is holding up better than most regions. Economists say metros in the Northeast are likely to keep outperforming other parts of the country, mostly because of stronger employment in high-income sectors. But here's the catch, affordability is still a massive problem for lower and middle-income buyers everywhere. CNBC reported in late October that most prospective buyers think mortgage rates will keep falling, so a lot of them are waiting. They're betting on better deals later this year or early next year. That means inventory might stay tight in the near term, especially in those stronger Northeast markets. If you're an agent, understanding where your buyers fall on the income spectrum is going to matter more than ever. Another big story, older home sellers are getting less money when they sell. New research from the Federal Reserve, highlighted by Homes.com, shows that sellers over 70 earn significantly lower returns even when you account for how long they owned the home and what market they're in. Why? Well, a few reasons. Many older sellers don't renovate before listing. They're more likely to use pocket listings or skip broader market exposure. That limits competition and drives down final prices. If you're working with senior clients, this is critical. Strategy and pricing aren't optional. They're everything. Help them position the homes right, and they'll see better results. Skip that step, and they'll likely leave money on the table. Now let's talk about something happening outside of housing, but with big implications for real estate. Investment banks are expanding hiring offshore. Bloomberg reported yesterday that major banks are ramping up hiring in India, especially in cities like Bengaluru and Hyderabad. This is direct response to tighter H-1B visa restrictions in the US. So what does this mean for real estate though? Well, if financial institutions keep shifting high-skilled roles overseas, demand for office space in cities like New York, Charlotte, and San Francisco could soften. Fewer on-site employees means less need for corporate leases and less demand for nearby housing. Over time, that could pressure both commercial and residential property values in high-cost metros. On the flip side, it might drive more investment into U.S. secondary markets and global hubs with lower operating costs. And speaking of New York, Bank of America's CEO is reportedly seeking a meeting with the city's mayor-elect over tax concerns. Of course, Reuters confirmed this yesterday. Wall Street firms are watching very closely as the new administration considers local tax policy changes. If New York raises corporate taxes or taxes on high earners, businesses might pull back on expansion or even relocate. Wealthy residents could shift assets or move to lower tax states like Florida, Texas, Washington. That could cool luxury home sales and high-end rentals in Manhattan, while benefiting metros that attract financial professionals looking to save money. This is the kind of policy shift that doesn't hit overnight, but it can reshape markets over the next few years. So those are the 5 stories shaping real estate right now. Delinquencies rising where prices fall, the Northeast staying strong while affordability lags, older sellers earning less, banks moving jobs offshore, and tax policy shaking up New York. Each one affects different parts of the market, but together they paint a picture for a housing landscape in transition. More importantly, which one do you think affects the real estate market more? Subscribe here on YouTube and follow my Substack for daily real estate news.